Today's video is all about what it's like when you're a really awkward person. It'll be very hashtag relatable. Well, someone's already bored. So being an awkward person is awkward enough as it is, but when you're an awkward person who knows that they're awkward, it's worse. Because I think I used to be an awkward person who didn't know she was awkward, and excuse you. So when you know that you're awkward, then it makes everything worse, because when you're being awkward, you're like thinking about the fact that you're being awkward, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Probably not. Let's keep going. One thing that really sucks when you're an awkward person is making small talk with people, because either you're not good at it, or the whole time you're thinking about how awkward it is. When I'm making small talk with someone, like you just meet them, you have to have the like, oh, what do you do? How is your day? The weather is outside. And in my head, I'm always thinking like, man, they probably don't want to be talking about these things any more than I do. But when you're having small talk and you're thinking about how awkward it must be for the other person, try not to point that out. Most of the time, that person isn't like you, and they're not feeling awkward. So if you say like, wow, this conversation is really awkward, huh? Probably not. But now it is. I can never tell. Okay. One thing that's really awkward is when you have to like pretend like you heard someone because you've already asked them what they said too many times. What? I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh. What? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. One thing that I really enjoy doing is making awkward situations like awkward on purpose. So like if something is really awkward, I'll just make it more awkward. Like simply to amuse myself and nobody else, which is a terrible thing to do because then the other person or people feel really awkward and they're not in on the joke. So you're just laughing in your head and like nobody else thinks the situation is funny. Eye contact during a serious conversation? Nope. Not gonna happen. No way. If I have to have a conversation with you about like something serious, like feelings, emotions, I am gonna look at absolutely anything else in the room but you. And we could talk, but it'll just look like I'm talking to the box over there on the floor. There is one thing that I've been told by way more people than I could count for as long as I can remember. Apparently, according to everybody else, I'm really bad at hiding what I'm thinking with my face. So like, I could be pretending to enjoy what I'm doing or whatever, but apparently everyone can always tell exactly what I'm thinking based on my facial expressions. It makes lying really hard. I can't lie because people always know. Especially because I'm like conscious of it, so when I'm like in a situation where I'm not happy but I don't want the person to know that, I'm thinking like, hey, make sure your face is normal, make sure your face is normal, make sure your face is normal. Didn't hear anything the other person said. But my face was probably normal. Probably not, actually. Probably not at all. So that's my video about being awkward, and I will see you next week. And you know I don't know how to end these videos. It's no secret.